Kegaretachi no Lumelly. Traits. Living corruption. Lumelly doesn't attack in the traditional sense, her very presence spreads an uncontrollable corruption that erodes matter, morality, identity, and even hope. It's not a poison, it's a philosophy of decay. Existential infection. Those who perceive her, touch her, or even recognize her as an entity are contaminated. The disease is more than physical, it warps your mind into accepting her decay as the true state of being. Passive reality warping, weapons, magic, laws of nature all begin to fall apart around her. Swords rust, fire turns cold, and time itself forgets its rhythm. Endless rebirth. The Arat, she can regenerate as long as something nearby remains uncorrupted. Her death simply becomes another stage of infection. Fighting style. She walks. You wither. There is no swordplay, no spell incantation, only the advance of nullification. Her power is passive, viral, and cruel. Fighting her is like arguing with despair. Kokuyou Linaris. Traits. Absolute termination blade. Linaris wields a death edge that does not kill flesh, but ends existence. She doesn't stab, she removes. Even if you regenerate, your origin point is gone. Silent combatant. She makes no sound. No aura. No killing intent. To detect her is to die, because detection triggers execution. Unseeable movement. Even gods have trouble tracking her. Her speed isn't fast, it's absent. She's not where you looked, she's where your fate ends. Death marking. She can tag a target with inevitability. Once marked, no matter how many dimensions you hide in, you will meet her blade. She doesn't hunt, she removes timelines until you're next. Fighting style. Minimal. She appears. A concept ends. Her every attack is a silent argument that you should never have existed. Her lethality isn't based on damage, it's based on ontological collapse. Fight trait analysis. Contagion versus deletion. Lumelly spreads across the world, warping rules, thoughts, and form. Linaris, however, doesn't interact with the world, she deletes segments of it. If Lumelly is a virus in your operating system, Linaris is the force that unplugs the drive. This makes Lumelly's corruption difficult to affect Linaris directly. Unless Linaris gets close, she won't be infected. Regeneration versus erasure. Lumelly can regenerate from decay, reform from surrounding filth, and outlast most assaults. But Linaris's blade removes even the idea of resurrection. She kills the principle of Lumelly's continuity. If Linaris lands a true strike, Lumelly's origin of corruption itself ceases. Psychological warfare versus anti-signal stealth. Lumelly overwhelms her opponents with despair, identity erosion, and existential filth. But Linaris has no emotion to warp, no thought signature to detect, and no ego to infect. She cannot be demoralized, because she does not engage. Lumelly wins many fights through atmosphere. Linaris doesn't breathe it in. Proximity advantage. Lumelly becomes more unstoppable the longer she's allowed to stand in one place. But Linaris doesn't allow build-up. She ends things before they begin. If she can mark Lumelly and close the distance, the fight is over in one clean stroke. The one if. If Lumelly manages to spread her influence before Linaris finishes the kill, corrupting even her death mechanics or nullifying her sense of removal, Linaris could lose not to damage, but to philosophical contamination. Lumelly could turn even the act of deletion into a vector of rot. Overall chance of winning. Linaris, 60% chance of victory. Linaris is the perfect predator for corruption types. Her blade doesn't interact, it concludes. She does not engage in infection, therefore she cannot be converted. Her stealth bypasses buildup, and her technique erases Lumelly's anchor to existence. Kegaretachi no Lumelly. 40% chance of victory. Lumelly thrives in long exposure fights. If Linaris delays, miscalculates, or strikes too late, her stealth may become infected post-action. If Lumelly corrupts the concept of death before she's struck, Linaris's blade loses meaning.